said he would restore stability to this country within 2 years if elected. That may well be beyond what anybody can realistically expect to happen in 24 months. Can you decode that statement for us?
For somebody who within his first term of office have been able to unite Anambarians within a short period of time by making sure the backlog of some of the deficits in governance were taken care of, I think he has proven himself.
Well, Anambra State is a state.
Yes, it's a state.
Nigeria is a federation.
Of course, because you must have started somewhere to prove your method. That's where you have records of service. And his record has shown clearly that he has shown difference in how he wants to deal with issues.
But do you think it's politically wise to give such a well-defined time span? Because the fear of those who support him is that he's at risk of joining that long list of politicians who make promises they can't keep.
And probably an opportunity for also him to break the jinx of politicians who make promises and fulfill them.
Good point.
Because when you look at the situation, there's so much decay in the system that only one or two things that you will do as a president, and then it will wipe up a lot of tears in the eyes of people. This is somebody who, even before he is a president, has traveled up to Egypt, going to study how the electricity issues have been salvaged in that country. Even if it's that particular one that he's able to do, he has proved a lot of doubting Thomas is correct.
Yeah, but the point is that it's not that particular one. It's not one. So when you say stability, when you say that you're going to restore stability within 2 years. I mean, it's an attractive message, but one has to wonder how practical it is, because restoring stability is a broad term. But when you break it down, we're looking at political, economic, and social stability. We're talking about energy stability, electricity, education, health institutions, and the health workforce, poverty, agriculture, democracy, etc. I mean, the experts say that will take a long, frenetic time and will require substantial investment. Some estimates are already suggesting that to do this, he will require, hundreds of billions of dollars. Where is he going to get that kind of money? Or you haven't thought that through?
Do you see me smiling at you?
I see you smiling at me.
Because there's particular indices in this country that unify us. We are divided religious, tribal, and ethnic line for a very long time. For me particular, who I'm from a northern part of this country, and I've seen how the decay in the system have been. I've been a presidential candidate, I've been a chairman of all political parties and all, and I know the historical background of this country. This is an opportunity to unite this particular country, and Peter Obi is a unifier. Let me give you an example. A lot of our brothers and sisters in the southeast feel annihilated and deny the right to put in place leadership. Let's assume now, all of us now agree and say, Excellency Peter Obi, take the mantle of leadership. Do you know what that means? It's a single unifying factor that can unite the country within a short period of time. Just that announcement and allowing him or supporting him to become president. Do you know the number of people that would have come back into this economy? Most of the people who have traveled out of the country, both of them are technical academicians. Everybody will want to come back just because he's running for election. 12.5 million Nigerian youth registered to vote. It's a unifying factor. And if he can be able to bring the best of our Nigerians back into the country, I can tell you he can take care of economic situation, he can deal with the issue of tribal sentiment, he can deal with the issue of religion, he can deal with the issue of lack of education, because this is a man who has been able to bring his own people from the dwelling of 26th position in Y to number 1. It's a practical example. So if he has already done that within short period of just even 1 year, you do this and put them in a practical form, he has succeeded.
Well, it all sounds brilliant listening to you talking, but the reason I'm asking you this is that people want to have a very clear picture of what he is saying he'll do and how he intends to do it, because they fully intend to hold him to account when and if the time comes. So in a sense, this is a warning to him. Don't make radical promises you can't keep. Don't betray the trust of the people because of the ambition you have to be president. Because people don't want the already bad news in their lives to be magnified if the hope they place in him is torn.
Can you imagine for a single one person, that's Peter Obi, to be in charge of the obedient movement? The most challenging people who are angry for good governance and demanding for good governance are in the obedient movement. They have put up a template. On a continuous basis, they checkmate him, and he's been able to show capacity on that. If he can weather the storm of the younger generation, I don't think he has problem of weathering the storm of the Nigerian situation, because already he has been put onto a test mark. At every point in time, no single presidential candidate, as of today, can withstand to go on a Twitter space and face those Nigerians who are angry. No single one. And he has been able to do it time, without number. That shows you that he has the capacity to lead and challenge the status quo. It's an open challenge. If any one of them, including Mr. President, can do that open space, pilot fact is there. Please check on them. Go there and speak to Nigerians. And they will ask you picking questions, something that had to do with their life, and they want concrete answers. So he has been able to give on how and why and what he can do as a person, and he has been able to exemplify himself clearly. We are not supporting anybody. We are supporting somebody who has capacity, credibility, and has intellectual knowledge of what the problems are and is ready to deal with it headlong.
Right. So just to be clear, he understands what the problems are. He has information about what resources he has available to tackle them, and he's going to attack them as fast as possible. And that is his mindset, and nothing is going to block him or thwart his efforts in getting this agenda through if elected.
Quite all right. Let me give you another example. In Nigeria, we look at leaders and followers. Some look at followers as with level of disdain. I'm talking about somebody who, to me, it's amazing. He went to an Almajiri school. He is from the southeast. He went to the Almajiri school. Not only did he sit with them, he was not even holding them in the day, maybe smelling probably anything. No, he went into their toilet to see what their challenges are. And then he built them a toilet. He didn't stay behind and say, no, some aides, go and look at it and tell me what. No, it was him who went there by himself. This is practical example of compassion and care for the people. For me, that particular day, he redoubled my effort in working with him. And I know a lot of people were interested. A lot of Northerners who were doubting who he is and what he can do showed example. And even today, it may be amazing to you, a team of leaders from the Emirate Council came to give him an award, take him a Chief Senate Council, even though he doesn't believe in it. But one way or the other, it is show of acceptance. And what did they say? We are happy that you were able to come and build borehole for us. We saw how you invest in entrepreneurship of our young ones in the north. We saw how you go into the Islamic school. We saw how you celebrate Salah with us. That for us shows us that you are a man of compassion. What we want from you is just for you to just take it, keep it even in your archives, but let it be known that we are associating with you. These are clear-cut examples of what he has been able to do. And that's to show you that he can be able to do more if you have the resources. He's not in government and he's doing this. What about if he's in government? So you can put that particular into contest.
But at this point, he doesn't know what party he intends to run under in 2027.
Well, in the issue of the party, you can see gladiators, Nigerians, patriotic Nigerians are saying, look, this country is in dire needs of a gladiator, somebody who have that particular capacity to help us midwife into a new era, giving us a new country that all of us will be proud of. We are coming together. Let's salvage this country together. At that point, it has shown clearly there's a purposefulness in what they are doing. And parties will come easily because you have a candidate who, in the political terrain, will play with 6 million votes, even more than that. as a political party, you will be running after that particular candidate.
But at this point, you
point,
and Peter Obi are still members of the Labour
Oh,
Party.
yes.
You are in the Labour
Yes,
Party
I am.
yourself.
Yes, I am.
How is the Labour Party? Let me just ask you one quick example, because you are still in the party.
Yes.
How is the Labour Party planning to take part in this Lagos local government elections?
Well, some of the candidates that were presented by the state are there. And there seems to be a kind of a form of a synergy between all of the candidates and the probably leadership in the state. The idea is to make sure that you present candidates that can win elections. And it's not only in Lagos State, even in the FCT Abuja here, there are candidates that are being put in place. But I want to assure Nigerians that we are putting in the best energy we can put in. And we are warehousing candidates. This time around is going to be credible candidates all over the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And these candidates are being warehoused. You may say probably we are giving out an expo. No, Nigerians want to fight for their countries. And they find interest into the obedient movement and the candidate of Peter Obi. And a lot of them, I can assure you, are coming.
Yeah, but I mean, your party is factionalized. And I'm wondering how you're able to move and approach people in a cohesive manner. I mean, even your campaigning, I'm wondering whether the campaign itself is also factionalized. And people are putting up their own sort of, candidates or different messages, conflicting messages.
The attention at the moment now have shifted from political party, but an individual. You agree with me? Yeah. So if the individual gave a directive and the people believe in, they follow suit. The idea is getting the most credible candidate to win elections and believing in the candidate. Unfortunately, we don't have independent candidates in Nigeria. But then we are believing in a particular candidate that we know that when he has the opportunity, he will make Nigeria great. And so everybody wants to align with that particular candidate. It's a plus.
Right. So you're able to convince voters in Lagos State that you are a credible alternative, even though the party is in disarray.
Oh, sure. Because by the time His Excellency Peter Obi raised the hands of any particular candidate, people follow because it is him that they believe, and they believe anybody that follows him must have that particular trait of...
and you didn't create confusion with INEC, with one faction saying this is the candidate, another, just like you're saying this is chairman, the other one is saying it's not the chairman. I mean...
No. The most important thing is that once INEC take you as a candidate and you believe in the ideology and the principle of His Excellency Peter Obi, you become a candidate of the people. Because already you've learned a system. You believe that somebody who is going to give you something different.
Yeah, but your name has to be there.
Of course, the name has to be there and the political party has to be there. So by supporting that particular, I said if he comes to raise your hand and say you are the person, he must have done a lot of check on you to be sure that you are. And you must have been an obedient who believe in demanding for good governance in Nigeria.
And he said that he would do a 4-year term.
Exactly.
If the agreement calls for that.
Yes.
That is something that a lot of people would be happy to hear.
Of
I
course.
mean, certainly people from the north, because they believe that their turn is 2031.
And for an integrity point of view, he has shown that he's not a man that deviates from an agreement. The idea is let's get the Nigerian path running. Let's get it on the right path. And he is assuring Nigerians he will do so. And he even gave an example of himself as a person that anywhere you see a Peter Obi and he makes a pronouncement, he sticks by it. An example is the woman that he met in the church who actually was asking him, why is he in the church? She just saw him and then she started berating him with a lot of questions. And then he said to her, "Ma, I'm just coming in. What was the problem? What did I do?" He said, you people are owing me my gratuity and pension. She said, "Okay, ma, don't worry."
You mean Anambra State?
Yes.
Right.
You know, say, "Okay, I will visit you at home." She gave him the address and he visited and he listened to her. Till he left, there was nobody that was owing pension and gratuity. That example of a leader. You promise and you do. They call it Toknadu in a Benin language. That is the kind of person Peter Obi is.
Right. And the Atiku question.
Yes.
How did that come up?
Well, issue of relationship have been there for quite a respectful
but you have to wonder whether he's consciously trying to publicly distance himself from Atiku Abubakar.
No, relationship have been maintained. Good work, good relationship. there's respect between the both of them. Highly respected individual to both of them. So there's no any issue. There's only the synergy there is that let us work to salvage this country together.
But is there implicit within his announcement that he will not essentially be an appendage of Atiku Abubakar? He won't share a joint ticket with him. Is there an you're saying that is...
That discussion has not been made at all.
Yeah, but he made the statement saying that he refuted speculation that he might contest on a joint ticket with Atiku Abubakar.
That was the same question, would you be the vice president? And all. He said discussion of that nature has not even come up. So he's just making a discussion to say, look, this discussion did not even come up at the moment now. The most important thing is that let's see how we can pull people out of poverty. Let's work together to get Nigeria.
Yeah, but how should we read that? Does that mean that if it comes up and if the terms are favorable, he might consider
that did not even come up. So even why would you even interpret it when it has not, the issue is not been discussed at all? That issue has not been discussed at all.
But just like you, he's been very clear
yes.
on the things that he's going to do and the things that he won't do.
Yes.
Can he be clear on this?
When the time comes, of course, he will be clear.
You're saying when the time is now.
Oh, no. This discussion at the moment is to ensure that we are working together as a platform. We want to work together, and you take step by step. We are all Nigerians that we're still living.
Right.
When the time comes, it will happen. Anybody will know about it. But now, nothing of that nature has been done.
So he's in the Labour Party. He's in the opposition coalition. And I understand there are moves from the PDP also to try and attract him.
You see how very good and very attractive he is as a candidate.
Yeah, but what I'm asking is he's got all these sort of pots on the fire.
Yes, because all of them are opposition political parties.
So as long as they're opposition,
he
can jump from one to the other.
He's the leader of the opposition, and they're trying to get it together, and the process is on.
Right. So what's going to happen next? What can we expect?
Well, there's a lot to be expected. The alliance and discussions are ongoing. Pronouncement will be made as we move along. The most important thing is that we have a platform that will agree to look, this is ABC we are agreeing to work on, and to ensure that it is just for the people and not for individuals or self-gaining proposition on all. It's a continuous process that we get it right. It's going to be one of the biggest coalitions that Nigerians have not seen, because already Nigerians are discussing about it and they are agreeing that, look, let's work together, and then the leadership are showing that we are going to work together. So it's like giving an answer to the quite large demands of the Nigerian people.
So guys, we all can agree to that interview that P2B remains the only person that can unify Nigeria, because this man, despite not being from the north or being a robber or being a Fulani man, this man have impacted the life of North more than any northern leader have ever done. This man shows that it's not about tribalism, it's not about Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, Fulani, it's about Nigeria. Because we keep on shouting that Nigeria is one, we are one. Therefore, tribalism is eating us up. Where a Yoruba man can come out and say that, no, an Igbo man cannot rule me. No, Hausa man cannot rule me. No, power cannot go to the east. Then how does this show that we are unified, that we are one, under one umbrella? Because we are in one country called Nigeria, despite the tribe where we come from. But so far that we are in one umbrella, that means we are one. We are meant to be doing things equal. We share one currency. We are meant to be. But as it is now, we are not doing that. Because right now, tribalism has eaten up every branches we have in this country. It has eaten up every sectors in this country. Go to the government of Tinubu, you will see more of Yorubas, you will see few of Igbos, you will see few of Hausa. Then how are we unified? How is this country unified? P2B said that when he was a governor, he had Yorubas in his government. He said it, that he has Yorubas in his government. He has said it before. Trying to show that this man is not after my brother Igbo, Hausa. He's after someone that can deliver. Who can I trust to hand over this position? That is P2B for you. And this man just said it as it is, that P2B is the only person that we have that can unify Nigeria. And P2B always said that a new Nigeria is possible because he has always believed in Nigeria, that Nigeria must be great again. That's P2B. He has always believed in it, and I think I'm now beginning to believe it, because the impact this man have had for the North is amazing. The impact P2B have done in the North is amazing. Is it the borehole? Is it the scholarship? Is it the schools he have helped the Northerners to renovate? Is it the money he has given to nursing schools in the North? Something that none of the Northern elders have done, nor Northern leaders have done. None of it. Then tomorrow somebody is coming out to say that P2B have not done anything, that P2B did nothing in Anambra State, P2B that all these things are just lies, propagandas to spoil his name. But the truth that a good name is hardly spoiled. You can hardly spoil a good name, because this man have kept a good record for himself when he was governor of Anambra State for 8 good years. He says this: go to Anambra State and check my past record. You will not find anything criminal or fraud in my record. That he left money for them and left office without a dime. P2B had opportunity to go away with billions of naira, but this man decided that he is not going to take a penny. This man never built a private house for himself. He said that his convoy was not as long as this current government. Why? Because he's cutting down the cost of governance. This is someone that understands what people are going through and that understands the mind of the people. Let me get your views in the comment section, guys. I'll be able to guys in my next video. If you're new, you can subscribe. Use your boy again, Keysword. Stay tuned, guys, until my next video.